take on a little, like, deeper kind of topic. It's a little depressing. It's the Sand Creek Massacre. Sand Creek Massacre happened on November 29th, 1864 in Cairo County, Colorado. A group of approximately 800, mostly Cheyenne and Arapaho Indians had gone to Fort Lyon in an effort to establish peace between the Americans and the Indians. And after the peace talks and everything, Chief Black Kettle and his crew went about 40 miles north to Sand Creek Valley. And because they were under the promise of protection from the American government, they had the American flag that was given to Black Kettle by Lincoln. He was one of the six chiefs that had gone and met with Lincoln under peace terms, and he gave them each an American flag and said, as long as you have this flag, we will not attack you. So they had the American flag with white flag of truce flying above it. So they sent all their men off to go buffalo hunting to provide food for the thing. So they left only about 60 men along with the women and children at their village. Those men were either too young or too old to hunt. So on them, and there is a picture of, why is that not working up there? Anyway, okay, so that's where Sand Creek is. This was Captain Johnson, on November 29th at the break of dawn. Him and the 1st and 3rd Colorado Cavalry, along with a company of the 1st Regiment of New York Volunteer Cavalry, which was a total of 700 soldiers. He recruited 100 of those soldiers with this poster as 100-day soldiers. So they only enlisted for 100 days. They came across the village at daybreak and attacked. The village was, of course, like I said, 60 men, women and children. There was also Anglo-white traders in the village. Sorry, y'all, getting a little stuttered here. They call it, back in the day, they called it a battle. They call it the Sand Creek Battle, but it was really a massacre. They came in, they cut the hunters off from getting back to the village. So 700 cavalry men attacked this village. The slaughter lasted 7 hours. Many of the Cheyenne tried to flee upstream, and they tried to hide in the sand pits of Sand Creek. The cavalry guys, the soldiers, tracked him down, shot him in this creek bed with howitzers and exploding shells, and they killed 180, 115 of which were women and children. For a day and a half, soldiers wandered the fields, the killing field, and shot the people that survived. Just if the ones that were laying there wounded and suffering, they were still killing them. And then the warning was to all half-breeds and Indian lovers that was going to happen to them too. The soldiers, they themselves covered themselves with glory. They returned to cheering crowds and carrying scalps and carrying patches of pubic hair. And they, this is how a picture of how they surrounded it. Sorry, my bad, I forgot about the PowerPoint. This is a little picture from the movie Soldier Blue. This is actually, the movie Soldier Blue was like censored back in the 70s, and it came out around the Vietnam War to show and the civil rights disputes and all that around the 70s. But it's a very graphic movie, and if you want to get a good idea of actually what happened, it shows better. But this is what the cavalry, our heroes, our men, our soldiers did to the Native American women. They cut their breasts off. They stripped them raw. They gang raped them. They took the women's private parts and cut them out of their body and wore them on their hats and on the horns of their saddles. Oh my God. They took the testicles of the men that were there, dried them out, and made them tobacco pouches and carried them around. It was a badge of glory to have that. They killed women with their infants in their arms. They killed the infants. They just utterly mutilated, savagely mutilated, and brutally killed a group of defensive women, children, old men, and boys. So we said, what the heck would happen? What happened afterwards? This guy, Captain Sewell, was in the command of Company D, and he was present, and he refused to do the order of his commander, Chivington, to join the attack, and he did in subsequent, he testified against Chivington at the congressional hearings. After the congressional hearings, there was absolutely nothing done. By the time they had done the investigations and everything, those responsible were either dead or long gone. They couldn't find them. Luckily, Black Kettle, the chief, survived. His wife also survived. She had been shot 8 times. They moved down south to their shared lands with the Kiowa Indians. On November 27th, 1868, at the Battle of Washita River Village, Custer's men attacked, and the Wichita, I can't say it right, Washita River. Black Kettle and his wife, they were there, and they did not survive that attack. Custer and his 7th Cavalry killed, and there's 100 dead. Okay, like I said, they go, these massacres go down in our American history as battles. There was no battles in these things. Our soldiers came in, wiped out a village, went off proud, carrying private parts and scalps, and, bragging to the rest of the people that we killed these savages, and they were really not savages. They just come from peace talks. It wasn't until 2007 that the U.S. government officially recognized that the Sand Creek Battlegrounds. See, you didn't even see Sand Creek Battlegrounds here on this one. But in 2007 there was official markers that had been put up and everything like that. Some quotes I have here to read y'all.